First question. A researcher has a less than alternative hypothesis and wants to run a single sample mean z-test. The researcher calculates a test statistic of z equals negative 1.5 and uses a z-table to find a corresponding area of 0.0668, which is the area under the curve to the left of that value of z. What is the p-value of this case? Well, let's look here. So because it is a negative 1.5, I'm going to look over here. I'm going to look here, and then I'm going to look down here at my negative 1.5. I see next to it I've got 0.60668, and that's all I need to do for that first question. So for my first answer here, my p-value is going to be 0.0668 because it's the same thing. Notice that it says a less than alternative hypothesis and it's a single sample mean. That's how I can tell that it's going to be 0.668. Now let's look at question 2. Suppose that a researcher has a not equal to alternative hypothesis and calculates a test statistic that corresponds to z equals negative 1.5 and then finds, using a z-table, a corresponding area of 0.0668, the area under the curve to the left of that value of z. What is the p-value in this case? My keywords are going to be not equal to alternative hypothesis. So let's get back into, let's get back into my pencil here. Okay. Now, when I look at that z-table, remember we just did this and we saw that when it was negative 1.5, it was 0.0668. And that corresponds to this shaded area on the z-table. So let's go back in here, and I've got 0.0668. Now, because it is not equal to the alternative hypothesis, I'm going to need to double this to get the p-value. So I'm going to multiply that by 2, and I'm going to get 0.1336, and now you can see why I usually type instead of use handwriting. So hopefully this helps us with a couple of questions about how to find the p-value. Again, if it's not equal to, we double it. If it is the same as, or if it is less than an alternative hypothesis, what we would do, if it is less than, all we need to do is say the name.